Hey guys, yeah, London Lad Lost in Asia, and you're seeing a speed drawing of essentially three different pages from. There's this course that I'm taking at the moment from Brad Colbro, and basically he's this guy that always talks about different drawing tablets and different like drawing techniques, and he has like a few courses on Udemy, and I decided to take a few. I'm deciding to take his the three main one I've seen. There was a Procreate Fundamentals course that he made. There's a sort of it's called cartooning course, something like that, and there's animating in Procreate. And this was from the Procreate Fundamentals course, what you're seeing right now. I actually like these courses; they're really good. And this is not a sponsored video. I'm just sort of talking about what the speed drawing is for this video and what you're seeing. And this comic was actually the first comic that well, not the first. This was the second comic I colored. The first comic I colored was actually a part of his course as well. But this video it's about me being afraid of coloring things. What actually got me to start coloring things was his course, to be honest, because before, if you look back at all of my comics on my Instagram currently, and go over to my Instagram, it's called J-Man Comic Book Adventures. Go and check that out. If you like the comics, read them, laugh, and maybe you can follow it. The the goal for me is to get to 10 followers. If I get to 10 followers, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be so happy. Because right now I've got one, but the main goal is to get to 100,000, the road to 100,000. But I just feel like, getting to 10, like every single milestone is a big milestone for me. So getting back on topic, yeah, his comics were the first ones I colored because I was scared of coloring things. I was really damn scared of coloring things. And the reason I was scared of coloring things, I think there's multiple reasons, but I just remember there's being this distinct point in time when this was during like sixth form, right? I was taking design technology, and my main teacher was a hard ass. He was a bit of like one of those old school guys that was very like tough love, and he was kind of like that. He was kind of mean all the time. And I remember we were making one of our first major project was like this sort of, it was like a display case for different items. And what I did is I was being a geek, and I was like, you know what, I like video games. I'm gonna make a Zelda Triforce display case. So I basically got a few bits of wood, and I made this massive triangle. It was like this massive triangle, and it was like the Triforce. So there was like a triangle up here, a triangle in the middle, and two by the side. And these were the places where you could display the different things, right? And obviously it's a Triforce, so I wanted to paint it gold. And I started painting it gold. And there was the main teacher who was a hard ass, but there was like his assistant who was a bit more nicer, right? But even he was like a total dick to me. He was like, man, that painting is absolutely dreadful. He was like, you're not an artist, are you? And I was like, whoa, but I am. I do like art. I do like drawing. And I was like, ugh. And I don't know, like young me, I don't know. Maybe I was a bit of a pussy and I couldn't take criticism. And maybe this is actually an overall flaw of mine, which I'll probably reveal over time. Like I just couldn't, I can't, I need to learn how to take criticism better when it comes to my art. I feel as though when it comes to other things I do, I can take criticism a lot better. But when it comes to my drawing and my art, sometimes I'm a little bit too insecure, and it's something I need to learn to deal with a lot better. Which is why I want to put out my art everywhere, because I want to learn to take criticism a lot better. But essentially, I don't know why that stuck with me. That really stuck with me for a long period of time. And I was like, oh man, like maybe I am crap at painting. Maybe I can't paint things, and I'm not a painter. So I would always have this label that I'm bad at painting. This label would always be in my head, and that transferred to coloring. And that's why I just wouldn't color things. Like if you look at my comics on Instagram, like none of them were colored until this sort of assignment from Brad Colbro's course, right? None of them were colored. I just do black and white. it wasn't until I looked on Instagram. There's another artist I follow on Instagram. His comics are in French, but they're really funny. Like, drawings are really simple, but they're super expressive. But they're all in color, and they just look kind of nice. And the coloring's not even that complicated. It's mainly flat colors, but he likes the way he likes the ink. He likes to like lay down a really harsh black shadow with his inks, and it just kind of looks nice because of the color selection he actually does choose. Even though there's not many shadows, it's just base colors. And I just like the way his comics looked, and I looked at his page and scrolled through, and I'm like, wow, stuff looks so much better in your gallery when it's in color, right? I just felt like as though it was. Or at least if there's more contrast, because I feel as though you could do black and white drawings, but the way my drawing style is, there's not many, there's not a lot of cross-hatching and stuff like that, so there's a lack of contrast because there's not many tones. So I was thinking, you know what? Instead of being scared of coloring things, I should really just make this packed. And on my wall, you can see there's these papers. I'm just gonna take down the packs I wrote on my, in my secret hyperbolic time chamber, which I'll tell you more about later. In China, like, there's different spots I go to, and there's this sort of like resort that I go to, which I call my hyperbolic time chamber. I'll actually make a video on that, because I think it might be helpful to a lot of people, because I want to make a video called Where I Go to Think as an Artist, Where I Go to Think, and it's my hyperbolic time chamber. But anyway, I wrote up this thing, this sort of contract to tackle my issues with coloring, and I wrote it down, and I'm just going to read it out to you. It says, my style is vibrant, bright, and colorful. I vow to color all of my comics except for Inktober, or if on special occasion the story demands black and white drawings. I'll start doing this from today, the 19th of June 2022. By color, I specifically mean all of my comics must have flat colors. This doesn't include shading. I'll choose to shade if I want. These color experiments may look bad at first, but that's a part of the process. I'll learn to have a vibrant, bright, and colorful style by coloring. And I signed it. So I made this little signature to tackle that, and I just wanted to put this out there as just a sort of video reminder to myself. Maybe I can look back on it. Is that I've been afraid of coloring in my art because I just feel like I'm not good at it. And I don't think that's a way of doing things. I think I should tackle the things that I'm scared of doing and go outside of my comfort zone and just try, just legit try. So I will be coloring all of my comics from now on, besides like Inktober things. And also I wanted to actually add a little bit of self-improvement into this, because this channel is London Lad Lost in Asia, where we do art, self-improvement, and lifestyle. That's the kind of thing. And a lot of these videos at the moment are very makeshift, but I'm gonna grab my book from up there to show you what I'm going to do to help me implement this change. Boom. So there's this book, and it's called Atomic Habits. Now, in Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about many different techniques to develop habits. I want to develop this coloring habit. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to do what he calls habit bundling. At the moment, I've realized that I consume way too much content. So what I'm trying to do is, like, throughout the day, I'm trying to like not watch YouTube videos unless I have a specific reason to watch the YouTube videos. But what I'm gonna do is make and I'm practicing this thing called deep work by Cal Newport, where you work with no distractions. More on that later. I might make a whole book on that. I might make a whole video on that book. But anyway, in this book, James Clear, what he talks about is how we can make remarkable changes with how we can get remarkable results with very small changes, right? And what I want to do is this technique he calls habit bundling, where you bundle together something that you might not like doing, or something that you struggle doing, with something you really enjoy. So I've decided while working, because usually when I'm working on art, I like to work in silence so I can really concentrate. So what I'm going to decide to do is whenever I'm coloring, I can jump onto Apple Music and play songs while coloring, you know? So I'm enjoying the music and coloring at the same time. It gets me to color all of my comics at the same time, which is really, really awesome. And the reason why I'm doing Apple Music is because I bought AirPods and Apple just gifted me like half a year of Apple Music. And I'm like, ooh, I like you, Apple. I've really become a bit of an Apple fuckboy, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've become a real sort of Apple stickler throughout the last few months. I started with the iPhone and then I just started buying all of the Apple products. But anyway, besides that, I just think the moral of this video, the moral of this episode of London Lad Lost in Asia is that you should really tackle your fears and the things that you are scared of doing. And for me, it was coloring my art because I felt like it would make my art look worse. But I think you should go out of your comfort zone and try something with art that you like, you know, might be scared of doing because you might think it might be hard to do. Like, let's say if you're someone that always does realism in your art, maybe you could try doing something cartoony. Let's say if you're the opposite, you're a cartoony sort of person, try doing portraits, try and get out of your comfort zone, just try it, see how it is. It may look bad, it may look horrible, but if it's something that you want to improve in, you've got to step out of your comfort zone and try and do it. But anyway, that's just been me. I hope you enjoyed this video and there's little speed drawings of me doing my comics. Be sure to check out my comics on Instagram at JMan Comic Book Adventures, where I post comics every Saturday and Sunday at the moment. By the time this video is uploaded, it will probably be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you will be getting free comics every single week. Go over there, you will enjoy it. Bye.